Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Today we're doing the K1S from TRC Knives. Badass knife. Before we get into it, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We sport Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, again, TRC Knives. I did the Apocalypse yesterday. It was the TRC Apocalypse, like it had in the title. They make a great knife. It's a company based out of Lithuania. The steel is Elmax. Let's go ahead and give you the specs so we can get that out of the way. Black canvas micarta handle scales. The blade length's 4 inches. Cutting edge 3.9. Blade thickness is 0.138. And it weighs about 5.15 ounces. Now, it comes with a Kydex sheath. I really like the looks of the sheath. I like the way it rides. I like the whole thing. I like this entire setup. Now, this knife's 300 plus, something like that. Normally, I don't like discussing, I don't bring up the price. I've been trying to do that more. I don't do it a lot because it distracts from the knife. People hear the price and then, they tune out if they can afford it, if they can't. The truth is, guys, I know that I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to test some of these. And again, thanks to JR for being able to do so. It's awesome of him to do it, and I'm really appreciative. Now, on a knife this expensive, we have to discuss fit and finish. Now, it's got that apocalyptic coating. I like it. It's kind of a copper looking thing, and I'm sure somebody will disagree like they do with every other thing I say, but don't really give a shit. So, I like it. It's kind of a copper thing, kind of a good feel, that type of deal. Now, this knife, for me, is one I really have to work on. When I say, I say it every video, I'm a novice at best. Well, this is where it shows up. I love this knife. I love the way it rides. You can see the sheath there. It's got the thumb push where you can just slide it out very easily. But this is a knife. I like bigger knives, big crashing, bashing knives. The thing is this, though. This is a more practical knife for most folks. Now, I use a big knife most every day. Living in Florida, I'm blessed to do so. But this is a knife that most guys would carry, I believe. It's very comfortable in hand. Again, the canvas micarta is one of my favorite handle materials, and it just feels good. It feels good. It feels good in the hands. There's no real hot spots, nothing like that. No sharp things to stick in you when you're using it. It's just a good deal. Now, right here we did the Donnie B all day throw it at the stump test, the Donnie B all day stab test. Held up well. Now, the stab test I do for a couple reasons. One is to check for hot spots. None. Very comfortable. I'll say this real quick on the sharpness of this knife. Yesterday's come in like 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. Sharp. Very sharp yesterday. Very sharp. Not hair popping sharp, but sharp. This one today is a 9 or 10. This thing come in hair popping sharp. Y'all seen up front, I did do some stropping with it, but I do that with every blade. Whether it's straight out of the box, whether somebody sends it brand new or used or whatever, I always strop it. It's something I've got in the habit of doing. I like doing it, and it helps. This thing is razor sharp. It really is. Now, that says Elmax, and you can see a little bit of jimping right there. They use Elmax. Now, Zeke Minacho, who is a designer for Work Tough Gear, said that TRC uses Elmax as good, if not better than anybody making knives. That's a big statement from a guy who designs for another knife maker, but very complimentary. And I will say this, they get full ride out of their Elmax. I believe the heat treat on this is, or the Rockwell hardness, Rockwell hardness is 59 to 60. Holds up well. There was absolutely zero damage to the knife blade, either the Apocalypse or the K1S after testing. Just super job on the heat treat, super job all the way around. Now, with this knife, we tried to do a little more cutting, a little more slicing to show you the potential there. Really sharp knife. We did some batoning. I did a lot of batoning actually, and wasn't filming when I did it. So what batoning we did, you can take and about triple that, because I did spend a lot of time doing it. The knife held up very well, very tough. And when I had the way this knife is, it just went through everything. I mean, it just, I can't say enough good about this knife. I love the size of it. I love the sharpness of it. I love the fit, the finish, the whole 9 yards. And again, I'm a huge canvas micarta guy. Now we're going to do some push cuts right here, and that's something again I'm working on. And for those of you, I'll go ahead and say it. I say it every video. In this thing, I'm a novice at best. This is a learning experience for me. So if I screw up, I screw up. It is what it is, but we're learning. Now, as a novice, this knife made me look a lot better than what I actually am. I am going to say that, and I will say again, I'm very blessed to be able to test the various knives. I know there are better knife reviewers out there and all that, so believe me, I do not take for granted when I get to test something like this. The other side is this. I try to set the video up so you can turn off the narration, watch the video, and still see the capabilities of the knife. If I can do that, then I've done my job. I feel like right here, we're cutting into some old water hose. That water hose must have been 1,200 foot long, son, because I've used it on every video for the past 2 months. And we've still got more left. But it's just some old, it's really tough. I keep saying old, it's not old. It just had a blowout. It's in good shape. But right here, you can see just some push cuts, just different stuff. We're going to cut some nylon rope. We're going to cut some ski rope, some polypropylene rope, all kind of stuff. No problems whatsoever with this knife. This is actually a knife right here, I will say, and I'll be real honest with you, I would carry it 24/7. It is a fixed blade, I get it, but this thing, man, it's just like you don't have a knife on. It actually, for whatever reason, it carries about the same as my Buck 110. Now, right here, we're doing some batoning, and I just did it right here for the simple fact we're just cutting some rope, guys. So this polypropylene rope is a pain in the butt, but we're doing some of that world's hardest firewood that I got from Home Depot that you see me batoning right there. I mean, super, super, super hard. It's crazy. It really is. Knife had no problem doing it. Here's this polypropylene rope. Straight through it. Now, a little bit of a pull, but I'm just saying, relatively speaking, the knife stayed super sharp through the whole thing. And this right here, this polypropylene rope is tough to cut. It really is. I know it's plastic. I get it. I know what polypropylene is. But I know it's tough to cut too. And there's some of that old ski rope just blows right through that. All in all, I love the knife, man. Love the knife. JR, home run, buddy. I mean, just total package right here. Now, again, here's a little bit more of that firewood I got from Home Depot. So that stuff, I don't know if they got it from a petrified forest or what, but it is super hard. Knife went right through it, no problem. And we used a smaller, when you got a 4-inch blade and like a little 3.9 cutting edge, you're not going to be able to do a ton or like huge logs, but it does what it needs to do. And I think that's the name of the game, okay? It does exactly what it needs to do. Now, there is a slight, small sharpening choil at the bottom of the blade, which I think's a good little thing right there. I like having the small sharpening choils. I really, really do. I like those better than really even having much of a ricasso or anything. It does help out, or it helps me out. Again, novice, new at the game. When I say new at the game, I've played with knives my whole life, but actually trying to get some real testing in, doing some camping type stuff. I refuse to call it bushcrafting. It's camping. So, now, let me say this. Well, no matter if you let me or not, I'm going to. We're going to do, Megatron and I did a video last year where we set up a tent, went kayaking, do that. We're going to do that again before it gets too chilly on the water. Now, it never gets chilly in Florida. Let me say that. Whatever. I'm talking about relatively speaking. We're going to do another one where we put some fire making skills and stuff like that, the stuff I've learned, the Fatwood Friday stuff. We're going to try to put everything together, set up a tent, try to find maybe a little island in the St. Johns and just kind of do a day of setting up and shooting videos and having fun, seeing if we've improved any on our camping skills. So that'll probably be coming up in the next month or so. Now, right here, we're at the Tower of Doom. This knife really, and again, guys, the problem now, this one stabs. It has a great, it's a drop point or spear point. It has a great stab ability. Yes, I know I probably just made that up. That's fine. But this one went straight through, no problem. Handled the Tower of Doom, no problem. Awesome overall knife. I think you could take this one camping and be fine. I really, really, really do. Hunting, fishing, camping, any kind of outdoor stuff. It just handles well. It's comfortable in hand. It's very controllable, and that's something that I look for in every knife. Is it hard to work with? Can you use it easily? Yes, you absolutely can. Damn good knife. Now, the Apocalypse and this one are the only two TRC knives I've ever messed with. Good Lord willing, they won't be the last, because I am overly impressed. TRC is a Lithuanian company. They use LMAX. They use good materials. Super, super good quality. Well, we got about a minute left. I want to take a minute and say, listen, happy birthday to my guy, Donnie B. All Day. Happy birthday, my brother. Hope you had a great one. D-Bad's rolling towards 10,000. Let's get him there. And again, congrats to Zach from Zach's Stuff. He hit 10,000, so we're going to do some charity stuff there. I'm excited about that. My guy Joe from Steel Forged and Fire is going live at 8:30 tonight. So hopefully you're all over there watching Joe. He's killing it lately. And Shredder had a birthday this past Monday, and again, late birthday to you. Now, shout out to Wandering in the Wilderness and my guy Salty Red Corn from Brothers in the Knives. Well, guys, listen. My boy Mikey says it best. He says, Scab, everything's going to be all right. And Mikey's true. I'm Scab. This is a bad motor scooter of a knife right here. You're not. And I'm gone, son. Love y'all.